What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 25th day of October, and here we are, sitting at about $2.58, 11 hours and 9 minutes left in the day. 2.8% up. Lovely to see. Lovely to see the prices getting a higher high, relatively speaking. I would love it if we did actually get above this high as well. The question here is, when we get above this high, do we break out, or are we going to find resistance here at this prior area of support, right? This was significant support for a very long time. I'd be surprised if we just ripped right through it, but it can happen. Just because it was significant support here doesn't mean that we can't break through it, maybe back test it for support, and then show significance that way. We don't have to break out, find resistance there, and show significance this way. It depends. Let's look at the short-term stuff. We'll see how it goes. I just think it'd be rather poetic. I think it'd be brilliant on the market maker's behalf if we did see a slightly higher high. We're breaking out of this range, guys. We're going back to the top, and then as soon as we did, boom. That's when we reject down. I don't think we'd reject down all the way here. I might have been dramatic drawing it that much, but just a higher low nonetheless. Pull back and then continue to move higher. Not this attempt, but the next attempt. People are too bullish right now. I would assume people are too bullish right now, and they're probably going to be even more bullish whenever they see Bitcoin moving up as well. XRP looks really good here. I think we are going to continue moving higher. Let's just see how far we go, okay? Looking at the 1 hour time frame. And I actually want to look at something with some volume on it. We'll just use Coinbase because it's right there. 1 hour time frame. Volume is dying off a little bit, but that's okay. I mean, it's actually coming back, right? Your volume was dying off here, okay, as you're moving higher, but you consolidated, and now you're breaking out and volume's coming back in. Yes, it's lower than all these levels here, but it's still above average. It's still actually good volume. I think that's fine. That's a good look there. You look good. You look good. 1 hour time frame, looking at the RSI, we do have bearish divergence. Yes, we've got 1, 2, even 3 drives of bearish divergence, I think. Yes. Yeah, three drives of bearish divergence. That would be good for a move back down to about 251, 250, maybe even 240 something. We're at 258 now. It looks like bearish divergence, and it might be. But if we keep closing candles on the 1 hour time frame that are green, we could get rid of this bearish divergence and continue to move higher. Right? In other words, if this candle closes green here and the next one closes green here, we negate this bearish divergence. It's no longer a thing, and we're not going to play off of that. We're not going to make a play based off of that. And wouldn't it be funny? I think it would be absolutely hilarious. We move up a little bit higher. We get to like $2.70. You get this, you get rid of your bearish divergence, and then you crash. And then you move down. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, I have to admit, though, that RSI triple bearish divergence there, that is a little bit intimidating. 6 minutes left here. So something to be aware of is, again, let's see, would be that we can move back here. We can see a higher low, okay, and still be bullish. We could move down and then still be bullish. If we were to turn around from here and go below this low, I think that would be fine. We still get a higher low overall, right, dating back to this point here. Still get a higher low overall, and we can continue moving higher. Wouldn't it just be perfect? As soon as you get above these highs, that's where you get tied up. I'm kind of curious. I'm on the brink, man. I'm on the absolute brink of saying we're either about to break out of this range overall, or we are about to pull back a little bit, and then we'll break out. Then we look to break out later. It's Saturday. It's the weekend. Treachery is abound on the weekends, you guys. I'm going to call for the downside. I want to call for the upside. I don't know if you can tell. I want to call for the upside, but I'm going to call for the downside. Maybe we go up a little bit higher first. Let's look and see here. Where are we at with these fibs from a high to a low? Maybe we go up a little bit higher first. We go to 262. Maybe on the next hour we go up to like 262, and we come back down and we close here, and then that's our bearish divergence. We actually move down. Maybe back down to like 248, 246, something like that, and then we move higher. I wouldn't be surprised. Final verdict, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back to $2.48 to $2.46, at least something around like 250. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's keep looking at these other time frames though. Maybe we can find something that disagrees with this. Stochastics look immaculate. So does the MACD, but we're just at a relative high point. It would make sense that we come back down a little bit, right? 4 hour time frame here. overbought, nice. At the same areas, I mean, when we've been here, look at how much higher do we go? Not much. We stopped right there. We even stopped below this line. We typically do stop right around this area. Actually, there's a lot of touch points right around here, to be completely fair, on the 4-hour time frame. We, of course, could move higher, but it is the weekend. And again, like I said, treachery happens on the weekend, and Saturdays specifically I feel like are rather treacherous. It would make so much sense to pull back for the rest of the day, and then Sunday we come back up. It would make so much sense. I really wouldn't be surprised if that's what we did. The 4-hour MACD looks great. It looks fantastic. Stochastics look great, and the RSI looks great. It looks great too. I have no problems with any of these indicators. Higher lows there, higher highs here. We're almost at the top of that range though, right? We're like right there, right there. And we don't have to stop there. I mean, we could stop right here. We could go up a little bit higher, but again, 258 here, maybe we do go up a little bit higher. Maybe we do. But at any point now, I would expect we turn around and we probably come back down to anything from, I would think 250 to 245, somewhere in that kind of area there, okay? Cool off, find a higher low, and then continue to rally going into next week. I think that's fine. Daily time frame, zooming out a little bit more. Stochastics are just about to get into the overbought zone. 11 hours left in the day, though. That's a lot of time. Let's see how the day closes. You know, we're right here at the overbought zone on the stochastics, at the 50 level on the RSI. The MACD is just starting to shape up, which is nice, actually. I would think that if by the end of the day we can come back down to about 256, 250, right? That might actually, maybe not. Hold on, let me see. Could we go lower? Is it possible? Could we go lower? Maybe I'm wrong here. Hold on, let's see. We don't know where the high is yet, though, so that's not appropriate. Let me hold on real quick, you guys. Let me just do something. Because what I don't think is going to happen, let's say this. Let's say I'm wrong. Let's say that I am wrong and that we don't pull back to 250. This triple bearish divergence here is something that's just a facade. It's messing with me, and it's steering me wrong completely. Let's pretend that that's true. If that's true, you'll know because the prices will be above here. If we get above 265, then I'm wrong. We don't have to pull back to 250. We don't have to pull back to 245. None of that. Okay. But if I'm right and instead we don't break above this, instead we maybe we move a little bit higher first and then we pull back, where would we go? Come on now, give me the low. There we go. Golden ratio right there, 246. Okay, so yeah, something right around 250, 240, 245 probably. That sounds appropriate to me. That's probably what we would do, and then we could continue to move higher. That's the expectation. We're at this point here at the 886. I'm very confident that we will probably find some resistance here. We move back down and then we move up. Again, if I'm wrong, just get above 264. And then I'm wrong, then I'm invalidated. We look at the 4-hour, the daily time frame again, zooming back out here. I am assuming that we will move higher soon enough. Hold on. Let me get this here. And when we do move higher, I mean, stochastics are getting overbought, MACD is crossing up. When we do move higher, we'll be breaking out of this zone overall and likely moving back, I think, to the top ends of this area here. We should be seeing something at about $3.04 to $3.20. I would think by the end of the month, something that's around $3, if not more, by the end of the month. It is the 25th now. We have the 29th, the FOMC announcement on the 29th, and we have Donald Trump and President Xi meeting on the 30th as well to talk, trade talks. I'm assuming that what we'll see is going into the end of the month, more or less, we're going to move up like this. We will see a little bit of volatility between today and tomorrow that pulls us back here, but it's not going to be significant. And then by the end of the month, we should be somewhere up around here. That'd be my guess, that we're something kind of in line with these lower highs here. And then we consolidate going into the beginning of November, and then we continue to rally, okay? The expectation overall is that XRP will continue to move higher, even if we find a little turbulence now between today, tomorrow, maybe the next day, whatever. But I do believe that we're going to move higher. Are you okay? Yeah, okay. That's my daughter. I do believe that we're going to move higher, and the areas that we're going to go to immediately, promptly, in November, in the early parts of November, should be something on the lines of like $4.16, $4.20, $5.40. We're probably going to straight teleport. I would expect that once we break out to new all-time highs, we're not going to spend much time in that $4 to $5 area. We're probably going to see prices above $5 and beyond going into the end of November. Going into the end of the year, we're looking for a $13 to $16 price, like $14 to $16.50, probably something up there. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said everything I need to say. We don't really need to get too much more in depth than this. I would expect a little bit of turbulence. By the time most of you watch this, I would not be surprised in the least if XRP had either made its high or was in the process of making its high and then coming back down again to fill this area here, something at about 250 there, just above, just below, whatever, but something in that zone there. We're at 257 now, so it's not going to be that dramatic. I got nothing else, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.